Did you know you can make millions of dollars buying and selling watches, even without any money? This is Mike, the RM Plug. He turned nothing into a multi-million-dollar jewelry empire, supplying high-end watches to the world's top entrepreneurs, athletes, and celebs. And today he's gonna show me exactly how he did it, but first, he had a surprise for me.
Alright, I got something for you to look at.
Man.
A little bit of something,
What we got here, bro? How much money in watches is in there? We gotta open this up.
Definitely over a M.
Okay, so what we got here, bro? Break some of this down.
Alright, cool. So I need to add this to it, because this is a holy grail right here. This piece is magnificent.
That's what you're known for, right? That's the RM.
Yeah, for sure. Known for the RM, because, you know, like, this is the holy grail. Like, people can't touch this. It takes a different caliber of, dealer to be able to touch RMs. It's not like a piece that everybody can just, sell like that. So, yeah.
I definitely want to know more about how you got to that level. Okay. But first, I'm curious if we could just go through and talk about the value of these watches. You can make it quick.
Okay, cool, no problem. It's a 2021, it's an AP, rose gold. And this right now sell for about $155,000. This one sells right now for $115,000. This one sells for $380,000.
And then the big boy right there.
Big boy RM. It's only limited to 50 pieces made in the world. And this one is $600,000. 35, we have 13, we have about 17.5 right here. So
in total, this box, what we got?
About 1.3 million.
Crazy. But what's the reason that somebody can come to you and buy this watch and they can't go to the Richard Mille store and get one themselves?
That's a good question, because that's a question that a lot of people ask in general. So before even the pandemic, you couldn't walk into a Richard Mille store and buy a Richard Mille, because Richard Mille is a company that make limited pieces per year. They only make less than 5,000 pieces a year.
Wow.
That's a huge difference. I think the fact that I branded myself so well, so people actually think that I work for Richard Mille, but I'm not affiliated officially with the brand. People know me as the go-to guy for Richard Mille.
Let me ask you this, with this case right here, how long do you think it'll take you to move all this?
This is I have a deposit on this. This I can sell today if I want to. Like 1 week. This moves pretty fast.
So it's not uncommon for you to go through $1 million of watches in a week?
Oh yeah, that's normal.
Some people might be looking at this like, I cannot get to that level. This is unattainable. So I want to talk a little bit more about that coming up.
For sure, absolutely.
Man, we're here at the top of Miami in this beautiful apartment. You didn't start here though, bro. Like, where did you come from and how did you end up here?
Grew up in West Africa, in Ivory Coast to be exact. My first biggest challenge was learning English. So I had to learn, first of all, English. I went to college, went to New York, worked in the actual business world or whatever. I was a loan officer or whatever for a while. And I always had these big dreams of myself. Like, I saw myself like up there and doing big things. I just didn't know exactly how it was gonna happen. I just believed that one day, with all my hard work and my determination, something was gonna happen. When I first got into business, of course, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like, crazy like the way it is right now. Yeah. It was more something that I was interested in. I got in, I loved it. The difference is you actually having an actual hard asset that you can hold in your hand, that you can have on your wrist or put in your safe, and it actually goes up in value. Like, I don't feel like I sell watches. I feel like I sell the lifestyle, I sell everything else, and the watches sell itself. I'm not selling something that people don't want. People want watches, they love watches. So I'm not gonna be like, yo, what's going on, man? I have this watch for you, man, every day.
You just focus on finding the best pieces,
living
your life, and building good relationships.
Exactly, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Then Mike offered to give me a ride to show me behind the scenes of his entire jewelry operation. What was your first watch deal though when you first got into the game? Like, how did you begin with this?
My very first watch deal was it was a Rolex. It wasn't very expensive. I bought the watch. Actually, it was funny, I financed that watch online because I had good credit. And so I bought the watch on credit. I had to put a certain amount of money down, and it was like $6,500 or something like that.
Was this a big investment for you?
It was. I couldn't afford the watch, obviously, so I had to finance it. So I think I paid $1,000 for $1,300 or something like that.
And how did you flip that? How did you get it sold?
I rocked it for like a month, and then I started looking at the market on it, and it was worth like $7,000. I waited another month and a half. I went to other people that lowballed me, and I ended up actually selling that watch on Alpharetta, and he handed me $7,200.
And at the time, that was the most money you ever had?
Yeah. It wasn't like I was trying to do this for a living. You know what I'm saying?
You just wanted to try it.
Right, yeah. So now I could take the whole money cash and then pay this watch little by little. I was only paying $300.
And use that money to get your next watch. And that's what you did, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro. If you could go back to that day when you were there starting in this game, just picked up your first watch on credit, what would you tell that Mike? What would you tell him?
wish list. I find it's 2-3 more watches. We at the factory here with George. He pretty much runs all the diamonds side of it. We're gonna go in here and he's gonna talk to us about like what's going on in the back end.
Y'all wanna check it out? Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Over here is where we start the process from A to Z. Just to give you an example, like this is one of our works right here. We start everything from the basis, everything in-house. Everything you come for is in-house. Like right here, he's setting a piece right now, setting the diamond in. Take a look. This is where the final stages go in, and then it comes to the other side of the factory.
So start to finish, how long does it take to make a piece like that?
A piece like this would take anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks max. When you're taking anything from him, you just know that he's in on all the production from start to finish. He's in on everything, from the color selection, diamond selection, from A to Z, he's involved. Diamonds are up 40% from last month. So
In a month?
In a month. So that means everyone that's bought a custom piece from us from back then to today is up.
Especially considering the quality that you guys put out of the diamond.
There you go. So if you were to break it down, or those diamonds are timeless. The plug.
My God.
After we left, Mike threw on some Roddy Ricch and told me one of the most inspirational stories I've ever heard. Just did your biggest sale. You got a bust down watch on. You sitting in the back of the black car.
Right. And then it never hit me before, like as far as when you talk about, oh, you successful or you got into a certain level in life. Like I kept on. I was just working. It was crazy. So I almost had tears in my eyes because I was just like, wow, like for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm above like all my struggles, all the grind, all the negative thing that happened to me. I'm like, I'm good now.
Learning about Mike's come up motivated me like crazy and made me want to learn everything that I could about the watch game. So, if I was going to get started in the watch business today, where do I begin?
It's actually easy. I think number one, you need to have the product knowledge. Start by learning about watches first. So when you first start, I recommend you start with like a Rolex and start like getting yourself familiar with pretty much all the Rolex lineup. The Datejust, Sky Dwellers, the Prezis, you know, all the stuff. You need to start learning a little bit of basics, and people tend to trust you more if you have enough knowledge about the product.
So this piece right here, this is a Rolex?
Yeah, it's a Wimbledon dial Rolex, two-tone rose gold.
How would you go and find this watch for a cheaper price and then go on to sell it and make a profit from it?
First, you have to also learn how to do market research, which is something that I teach in my course, right? By market research, I allow you to identify what the market is for this watch. There's a famous website that everybody goes to for references. It's called chrono24.com. You can go on Chrono24 and type in the reference number of this particular watch. You're gonna see exactly the same watch, and you're gonna have an idea like how much that watch costs. Then you can Google that and actually find out maybe other prices. Now, if you see anybody offering that watch, for example, for cheaper than that, you can see there's an upside, there's a profit margin right there, whether it's 500, 1,000, or whatever it is, then you can take the chance into buying that watch. The good thing with buying watches, if you're buying watches online, you have to look into the references, that they're reputable. But there's a lot of watch groups on WhatsApp, but it's also hard to get into. If you're serious and you're able to get somebody to get you in those groups, you will have more chances of selling your watch or buying a watch. My program, I help people open the doors, so I actually make it super easy for them to source watches. So you need the knowledge, you need the connections.
I actually really like this watch, and I might even buy it from you. How much money are you gonna profit off me if you buy that watch right now? Okay,
this watch, I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up on this watch. I'm normally supposed to make about 1,500 to 1,000 on a watch like this, but I'm only gonna make 500 bucks because you're my guy, and then we can start a good relationship. So
yeah, we can definitely talk about it. Let me try it on first. First time I put a rollie on for real.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Good size for men.
Nah, this is hard, Mike. All right, bro. I think you sold me on this watch, man.
Oh, yeah?
I think you sold me, yeah.
All right, bet, man. I'm gonna get it ready for you, man.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go.
All right. All right, bro. I got it ready for you. It's gonna be 18,500, man.
18.
Yeah, 18,500.
Hey, you know what, bro? Let me just hold on to it, and then I'm gonna come back.
You sure?
Yeah, just let me hold on to it, and then tomorrow, I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow. All right, bro. Hey, thank you. All right.
I need my drugs, I need my love. I'm in the Tonka, baby, you come show me love.